Daniel's Dread Tales is a show for grown-ups. It may contain adult language and adult themes. Please check the episode description for content warnings.
On tonight's episode of Daniel's Dread Tales Low Places, the crew fights for their life against a familiar foe. Tragedy, wizard duels, and somehow even more family drama abound. All that and more because you never know what you'll find when you start looking in low places. Enjoy the show titled Sins of the Mother. I'm Nathan, and I'll be your game master for the evening.
I'm Damien, he, they. Some people know me as Magical Hack. I am playing Onyx Blackblade, the Spellslinger. They, them.
My name is Daniel, he, him, and I am playing Roland, the time-displaced exile. Also, he, him pronouns.
Hi, I'm Russell, they, them, and I'll be playing Gale, also they, them, the pararomantic.
Hello, my name is Theodore Monk. I'll be playing Isabelle Dukakis, the Searcher. My pronouns are he, him, and her pronouns are she, her.
I'm Isaiah. I use any and all pronouns, and I play as Mr. Miller, the Divine, who uses he and it pronouns.
Previously on, Onyx, Gale, sorry about that one. The room had flooded with darkness.
I'm not afraid of the dark.
In any case, as darkness floods the room, the ground starts to rumble beneath you, and our killer, who I believe is named Donna? Yep, Donna Bissett. You hear her voice kicking around. I don't want to do this. Some of you are family, and some of you are walking in the Lord's light. Well, I guess that one's fine to kill then.
Izzy's like, which one is it? Hey, which one do you think she's talking about? Oh no.
The ground rumbling starts getting louder and louder and is coming closer.
So it's completely pitch black, or?
It is pitch black.
Great, we love it.
Anybody got a light?
Wouldn't this be a good time for Miller's...
I was gonna say, yeah, and then...
Like... Well,
if someone
just
wants to
entrance.
crash in from the ceiling...
While we determine ceiling crashing, is there anything stopping Izzy from just pulling out her phone and using, like, the flashlight on it? That doesn't require a signal. That's just a thing a phone can do.
No, doesn't require a signal.
I mean, it won't light up much, but yeah, I think she does that while, like, the rumbling is kicking off.
And it lights up way less than normal.
Ooh, boy, this is advanced darkness. Good to know.
This is advanced darkness.
Excellent. We love it. We love it. We love it.
And
Could I
sorry.
investigate this mysterious darkness?
Go ahead.
Nothing says that in universe that's me pulling out a magnifying glass or anything, so I imagine it can be quick.
I attack the darkness. References.
Wait, is someone actually doing something? I'm confused.
Oh, I got a 10.
Which is good. Ask away.
What sort of creature is it?
Well, Donna Bissett is a human-ass woman, but this darkness is kind of similar to something you know really well.
Uh-oh.
Intimately well, you might say. No, don't do that, Theo.
Quick, fuck the darkness.
I have this handled.
Please don't fuck the darkness.
I promise nothing.
Fuck the darkness.
Okay.
Guys, I've got a crazy idea.
Do you have any more questions, or is it just the one?
I have one more question.
Yeah.
What can it do?
Its abilities are, and by extension, Donna's abilities probably aren't too different from your own. You know, shadow-related powers, general...
Fucking.
Come on, man.
Sorry, I'll stop.
Damn it, my train of thought has been obliterated from orbit.
Oh, just start with
Give me
a
a
zero. I
second.
didn't catch it. Anyway.
Shadow-related powers.
Yeah, shadow-related powers, the ability to, like, mold and shape the shadows into solid forms,
That comes in handy.
teleporting through it, that kind of shit. And, as Izzy just demonstrated, it's also pretty good at snuffing out light sources. The rumbling sound is getting closer and closer until there is a crash coming from the ceiling as sunlight peeks through and a man drops down in the middle of all of you.
Run, it's the mole people.
Is he a man?
It
looks like a man.
What is it?
Anyway, it's Miller.
Yeah.
A miserable little pile of secrets.
A miserable little pile of Miller. Although, really quick, point of order: when he crashes through the ceiling, does that open any light from above, or is he? Do we literally just hear tunneling through rock? Douche! What the fuck was that?
No, it does bring in sunlight from above that makes the shadows surrounding you temporarily retreat. The rumbling sound is still coming closer, but now Miller's here.
Great, now we can all die together.
Sorry, I'm late.
Badass. Anyway, your weird move, where I give you hints and tasks.
Yes, absolutely. Boss from Beyond, I roll plus weird. I rolled an 8, and that gives me a 10. So you ask me to do something simple.
Okay.
Macarena, aggressively.
Yeah, alright.
Nailed it.
Your big message from God this time is, let the creature go.
Oh. Okay.
Huh.
Interesting.
Thanks, God.
Okay, well, so for my investigative mystery question, I'm going to ask, what sort of creature is it?
Well, you get the impression that the creature in question is not Donna Bassett.
Okay.
Can I tag team on Isaiah's questions to get us even more information? Because I'm realizing, since you've established that this is a lot like Gale's, you said it was like Gale's abilities, right? I wasn't misunderstanding that.
Mm-hmm.
That would, I think, trigger the things I've seen when you encounter a creature or phenomenon. You may declare that you've seen it before. I literally have. It's my friend Gale,
Who everybody understands very well.
So you may ask me some questions about. Yeah, you may ask me
Everybody
some
keep
questions.
investigating and tell me what to hit with my sword.
Exactly. You may ask me questions about that encounter. I don't think you need to, because that would just be, hey, what's happened in this podcast? And then that means, I think maybe we can frame this as Izzy, like, her neurons firing over, like, on overdrive to try and think of things. Tell me one useful fact I learned and one danger we need to watch out for, maybe right now.
Okay, well, useful fact. Sunlight, great Gale deterrent. And by that, I mean great W.O.W.S deterrent.
How deep down are we?
I feel like Miller would probably know the answer to that, given that he...
Yeah, I was about to say, let me science through that. You're like about basement level low right now, under the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the danger
Not that
we should
deep.
watch out for?
Oh, right. So, the rumbling noise doesn't sound or feel like anything you've seen Gale do, but it's still coming closer.
Yeah, I was going to say, Gale doesn't do that.
Not that you know of.
It's still
Yeah,
coming
I guess not that
closer.
I know of.
And the fact that this woman, mad scientist, did some spider monkeys together tells you that you should be worried about it.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Is she just standing in front of us?
You wouldn't know.
Fair.
Would my holy fire be as effective as sunlight?
That's a good question.
Probably not, because it'd be too easy. Right?
But we also have to consider the sun isn't blessed.
Yeah.
At the very least, it shines as a normal light would.
Okay. Then I'll have that out.
Hey, Miller,
Yes.
I have an idea. Can you protect their ears? Kind of, Onyx is gesturing towards the rest of the group. Out of character, this is kind of aiming for kind of like a combo action, or for you to assist. More so,
Okay.
Less so the effect on Donna, more so preventing effects on us.
Okay.
I would like to pull out my trumpet.
I thought so.
And so what I want to do, while technically an attack, the goal is not to do damage.
So you're using magic.
Kinda. I want to toot out a lullaby and make Donna fall asleep.
Trumpet's not usually a lullaby instrument.
Yeah.
It has a it has a holy mouthpiece on it.
No,
And I'm a magic
Does it
man.
have a
I should be clear, you should still do this. I'm just laughing at the idea of a trumpet being used for a lullaby. Trumpets, the things that are definitely not used for waking people up in the morning.
So, can I roll a use magic on that?
Yeah, I'll let you give that a shot.
Should I roll protect someone to block people's hearing? Or should I roll something else?
No, protect someone makes sense to me.
Okay. I have rolled a 14.
I rolled a 9.
All right. So, in the distance, or right next to you, quite hard to tell in this darkness, you hear Donna saying, "Oh, that's a nice little melody," and then you hear her just drop to the floor.
Because that does trigger a glitch, because I rolled a 9, I'm going to choose the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention. So I'll let
It's
you
hilarious.
play with that.
That's what I was going to choose too. Or at least would suggested you choose if the darkness begins to recede.
Oh no.
But now you all can clearly see that there is something burrowing around the walls and under the floor, kicking up the floor and walls as it's moving. This is the source of the rumbling noise. And out from the floor, a few feet in front of you, in between you and the currently unconscious Donna, the ground bursts open and a massive swarm of rods come out, kind of clustered together into the shape of one giant rod.
Hey, Roland.
Giant Rod the animal, please don't do this to me.
Hey, Roland, you wanted something
keep
to
them
hit.
close together. It's hard to dodge if they're all close together.
It's a Voltrod.
I want to roll as soon as it comes out. As soon as it comes out. No shock, no nothing. Was ready to go. Roland charges forward and decides to kick some ass. Oh, hell yeah. Off to a good start. I rolled an 11. Well, I rolled an 8 plus 3, so yeah.
That's a lot of ass to kick.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is a bunch of bugs, which are not necessarily known for being easy to kill with a sword.
Mm-hmm.
Or for having ass.
Yes.
You do distinctly remember them giving you a hell of a time last time.
Yeah. The thing was, I wasn't even really thinking, because as soon as something happened, I was going to rush forward and start hitting it with my sword. So this is what I did. And the fact that it is little bugs that are maybe not as easy to hit is a bit of a problem. I do want to inflict terrible harm, and I just want to do +1 damage. Never mind.
Okay. And how much would your sword do normally?
My big sword does 3 harm, so this would be 4 harm. Which probably means it's like 1 harm, but,
Yes, it does.
Okay.
That swarm armor. Whew. As you swing through it, you do catch some of the creatures, but as your sword goes in, they start to swarm out of the way, and halfway through it, it's swinging right through them, hitting nothing but air.
I just want to point out that while that is not impressive, think about the fact that I'm killing flies with a sword. And that is actually impressive.
Yeah, no, it's badass. Yeah.
But unfortunately, it is not effective.
Mm-hmm. So while you're standing right in front of it, they crash into you and start dragging you underground.
Oh, huh.
So, that would be 3 harm, but you're immune to damage, so...
I'm not immune to damage, but I do have...
How much armor?
Let's see. I have, 1 less harm from monster attacks, +1 armor all the time, and I'm wearing actual armor, which is 1, so that's 3. Yeah, so I do have 3 armor. And my shield, so I guess that's kind of 4 armor.
I keep on forgetting that you're, like, actually... I can't touch you with most things.
Look, you guys are good at investigating stuff. I'm good at not getting killed.
Well, you're still being dragged underground, right?
Yeah,
yes, and that's still a big problem.
That's going to be an issue for Team Roland.
I mean, if someone's willing to help you before you're completely under the ground, but, they gotta act fast.
Well, I have an idea.
The second buffest person here will roll protect someone.
Oh, perfect.
Gale, absolutely not the second buffest person here.
All right, Miller will roll protect someone.
Oh, please let me let them capture you specifically again. That would be so funny.
So I did roll a 10, and it would be very funny to choose all impending danger is now focused on you.
I'll take it. I've got armor.
I rolled a 5.
I enter halfway through the mystery, immediately exit the mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. All impending danger is now focused on me.
Okay. Well, because
Theo, you said you rolled a 5, though? What was the 5? Did I hear you rolled a 5? What was that about?
Yeah, I dove to the ground to try and grab Roland.
Oh, okay.
So, Gale proved quite unhelpful. I'm going to say, because of the extreme armor that he is rocking, the damage has already not happened to Roland, so you successfully make sure he isn't dragged underground, but then you are dragged underground, Miller. Quite quickly.
So, before Miller disappears underground, I would like to attempt something.
Go ahead.
As Onyx is doing this, he kind of yells out, "I'm sorry, Miller," and I'm going to use combat magic.
Oh boy.
And I would like to aim a blast of fire just inside of the hole that Miller is about to be dragged into.
Alright.
So you're just setting Miller on fire.
No, I'm blowing up the massive rod. Hopefully not hitting Miller.
The rods will not want to drag me if I am on fire, so
That is also fair.
there's a logic to it.
That's not good laughter. That's something went wrong laughter.
Well,
This is
That sounded perfectly normal.
Fire logic.
I rolled a total of a 6, but I am going to mark a luck to change that into a 12.
Alright, so in that case, I will give that to you.
And that does 4 fire damage.
And they're weak to fire already, so... Jesus. Yeah. The swarm takes 2 harm, is looking significantly weaker now that part of it is crawling underground.
You only
And
did one more damage than I did. I just want to point out.
Don't worry, Roland, you're still an effective and valued part of the team. It also means that Miller manages to escape in time this time, though the sound of the explosion seems to have woken Donna up. And then she's like, well, that was a nice nap. What was it? Oh, no, right, that. And she disappears into the shadow behind her and is gone from the room.
We have to find her.
I'll go after her.
Yeah, I guess.
Shit,
I guess
that's something you can do.
Yeah.
Would you like me to roll something?
Yeah, okay, give me... Oh, what would this be? Act under pressure?
Uh-oh.
Oh, right.
Uh-oh.
I forgot how uncool Gale is.
Oh, that's cool. Not toughness. Okay, we're good.
Oh,
No, Gale's cool.
okay. Good.
That is an 11.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, by entering the same shadow, you and W.O.W.S are able to follow right after her, and the both of you emerge in the public library. Well, I mean,
Be quiet.
she can teleport, that's not much of a stretch. And she's like, oh, Gale. Hi, how's my little sister doing?
I shoot her.
Okay, that's fair.
Not one for small talk.
Look, this is what you get for misgendering someone who, hunts monsters and also is dating an eldritch horror.
And also has a gun.
Yeah.
Really,
Roll me
the
a
gun
kick some
seems
ass.
to be the key part of it.
It
Very much
does, yeah. Roll me a kick some ass.
Going to defeat you with the power of friendship in this gun I found.
Alright. I rolled a 9 minus 1, that's an 8.
Okay, yeah. Alright, you shoot her, and it hits her in the side, and she screams out, and now everyone who was previously in the library is screaming and running for the exit.
All according to plan.
Her wound is oozing the same ichor that your wounds ooze, And she's like, okay, well, if that's how you're gonna play it, and she pulls out her own gun and shoots you.
Imagine being in the library.
Things perhaps have
Just
gone
two
awry.
humans shooting each other with regular guns.
Take 2 harm.
Just another average Saturday in rural Michigan.
Hey, don't give away where we are.
Now, the best part of this? I assume the other people can't follow me through the Shadow Realm.
No, they cannot. So the rest of you guys, how you doing? The rod
stay gold,
storm
pony
seems
boy.
to have disengaged from you and is tunneling underground, out of sight. And the rumbling is getting further away.
I hate those rods.
I have an idea, but I would like to give Izzy a chance to do something first.
Out of sight, out of mind. Live and let live. Now, the room we're in, is it like a facility room, or is it still just like a cave
Oh
room?
shit, you're right. I forgot we're like in an actual lab, basically, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's all the bodies in the other room, too. I forgot about those.
Yes, a lot of eyes in the other room, a lot of science equipment in this room. Both science and occult stuff, now that everybody's getting a better look at it.
Are there any notes or computers or anything?
Yeah, there is a computer with some notes on it.
Then yeah, I think
I was about to say it's password protected, but Onyx, you know your mom's passwords.
Yep.
then yeah, I think me and Onyx should just boot up this computer and fucking get in the paint.
Okay, so yeah, Onyx will go and unlock the computer, and as Izzy is getting to work, Onyx is going to do some summoning.
Oh boy.
So,
Oh boy.
you remember the last time we faced the rods? You remember the thing that I summoned and left in Northern Ontario?
You mean yes, I do. It was the same thing that W.O.W.S is, and it needed a human body to work.
Yup.
Oh, we have so many human bodies. Oh no.
Oh, shit.
I forgot about those.
Well, I would like to summon that again.
Okay. Why?
So, this is the first time that you've, like, summoned anything like this and Miller's been aware of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like Miller would try and stop you.
As would I. You probably shouldn't defile corpses. No bueno.
It's not like they're using it anymore.
Oh yeah, but taking over living people is fine.
That's also no bueno.
You were there. Roland was there when I summoned this thing into the person that was living at the time and then was no longer living afterwards. So there's
And
that.
he wasn't chill with it, for the record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't like
fair,
it
yeah.
then.
So if either Roland or Miller would like to do a manipulate someone, there is rules for that when you're trying to get another hunter to do something.
Oh shit, yeah. Onyx, I can't allow you to do that.
Miller, we need to get rid of those rods. We need something that can go after.
Not at the cost of what it would do to you.
Point of order, I'm only summoning something that I've summoned once before.
What?
You heard me.
You've done this before.
The ends justified the means. We needed to rescue you.
I presume everyone is just kind of awkwardly staring at each other.
Oh no, my sword's out, and I am no longer targeting the rods. I'm pointing it at Onyx.
Okay, that escalated in a hurry.
Buddy, we've established my thoughts on Onyx.
It's true. You two do not like each other.
Onyx.
How do you suggest we destroy those rods before they reach the surface? You know firsthand what they can do.
I also know that they are weak to fire. I know that they have an established weakness. They have patterns of movement which we understand, which we can take advantage of. There are ways to do this. There are ways to do this without succumbing to temptation.
Have you rolled that manipulate someone yet? Isaiah?
I have rolled, let's see, manipulate is, okay, I rolled a 10.
Okay, so Damien, if you decide to go against this, you can still go through with it, but if you don't, you mark experience and get a +1 forward on your next roll.
You know what? Miller, fine. I'll leave it to you to deal with. Roland, you point that sword at me again, I will end. We're supposed to be on this.
You make the right choices.
We are supposed to be on the same side here. I really don't care about what your spiritual beliefs are. If you point that sword at me again,
we are here to save people, and
yes,
your
that is my
decision
goal.
To save people is to defile their corpses.
Those are empty shells.
You guys hear distant gunshots and screaming from the surface.
Really? Are we like right below the library?
No, but it's a small town.
Ed,
gunshots are
loud.
very loud.
Okay.
Did I find anything on the computer while everyone was arguing?
Yeah.
You did, yeah.
Just like nervously on the computer.
Yeah, like it's the thing that will diffuse this conversation for now.
Yeah.
You found a series of video logs in it.
How many is a series? Or is it just like they all tell the exact same story? Basically, what synthesize what that is.
Okay, there are like dozens of them, but a few of them, like 3 or 4 of them, are marked as important. All the other ones are just marked as daily logs.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna look at the important ones. Like, how long are they? Are they something I'll have to like skip through, or can we actually like watch them in real time without worrying about all those gunshots on the surface?
You can watch them in real time. They're not that long.
You were also watching maybe them with like some headphones on while we were arguing.
Yeah, the first one in the list is the first one marked as important.
Same question as a second ago. What's actually in these?
Right. The first one starts with a video, and you see Donna Bissett, who is looking a lot less haggard than she is the last time you saw her 3 minutes ago. She looks at the camera and says, "Okay, I guess this is my log. You'd think I'd be better at these. I have 6 PhDs. I should be able to do this. It's simple. It's science. I know science. I can do this. It's science, and I have God protecting me on this. It'll be fine. Beginning experiments with shadow substance and occult power. Okay, and vlog." And she kind of awkwardly stops the camera.
Like to imagine that because she's a parent age, she like doesn't know how to actually turn off the camera, and there's just 2 hours of dead footage at the end.
Yeah, it takes her a few tries.
I'm like, man, this is a 2-hour video file. This is gonna take forever to watch. And then I get to that, and I'm like, oh, never mind. Next important one.
She's like, "Well, so there was an accident. It wasn't great, but I feel like I can work with it. Yes, I ended up blowing a hole in the side of the lab. Unfortunate, but I discovered a cave system next there. It looks like, from this town's old mining days. And I found a nest of something. I'm not sure what they are. I need to do more research on that. But I finally have the live biological samples I need to start properly experimenting with the shadow substance on living things. Hopefully, this will go smoothly and safely. I'll update, as we go." Then the next one is labeled as important, and, in it, the first thing she says, and she looks very beat up, is, "Okay, so that didn't go smoothly or safely. But I've managed to subdue the swarm. I learned they're called rods. Thank you, Internet. And,
Smash cut to our Discord server at the time that this one user joined for like a week and then left. Yeah, there was just someone who was like D_Anna, like, hi, like I've heard tell about these weird like worm creatures. What are they called? And like Izzy's like, oh yeah, I've seen those. Those are called rods. Like, thank you. Gone.
And it was your friend's mom.
The next one is from a few weeks after that, and she says, "So, the rods have proven to be quite good test subjects. They're also wonderful pets, it turns out." Miller, you can confirm this.
That they're wonderful pets?
Yeah. I, too, forgot that Miller took a pet rod at the end of that adventure.
Oh, right. That is true.
Yeah. I also forgot that I did that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Rod Serling.
You're doing a good job of taking care of it, I guess.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, back in Miller's closet, dead sound.
Oh, God, no.
No, I think it's eating my suits.
It is. Anyway, back to the video. She says, "But I think I need to work with creatures that are more biologically documented than these. Working with cryptids has been great, but if I want to know what I'm doing, I feel as though I have to have creatures that I understand the biology of. Wonder if I could get anything from the local..." And then the video ends. A few videos later, also marked as important, she's like, "Okay, so, in the woods, I found a bear cub." And she's super excited about this.
And a crocodile cub.
He's adorable, he's so cute, and, if the guy at the pet shop was being honest, he can get me crocodile eggs. This will be great!
Wait a minute. What?
Crocodiles come from eggs?
Yes.
It's a chimera.
Then another video is marked as important with like 6 asterisks, and that one is like 10 seconds long, and it's just her looking at the camera. It's like, "It's a bear crocodile. How did it get out?"
Oh my god.
A couple videos after that, she's looking awful, and she just says, "Today I tried to steal my son's sword with magic. Turns out he also uses magic. Really should have figured that one out. And he's better at it than I am. I don't think he'd pick up my call if I asked, though."
Huh.
Anyway. And that one is dated as the day of your train ride.
Oh.
It's all coming together.
And there is one more that's the one of the more recent ones that says, "Okay, well, I can't really go outside anymore. I burn too easily. If I have to work from down here, then I'll have to start getting more subjects. Desperate times, desperate measures. I remember some people's names and where they live. I think I could direct the swarm to them. I don't feel good about it, but I'm doing this in the name of science and in the name of God. Lord have mercy on me." And that's the last one recorded.
The Stars Aren't Alright is an actual play Call of Cthulhu podcast. The year is 2903. This far future is a time of marvels and discovery, but something dark lies at the heart.
If it is displeasurable to the audience for me to whip lube at people, I will retract that desire.
Anyways, yeah. A horrifying secret lies at the heart of...
Kyoder's gonna try to disguise himself as an oxygen tank.
That's impossible.
Stop talking. Follow me. No one's gonna die. Oh. Okay.
You responded very well to that.
Yeah, alright, fine. You can listen to The Stars Aren't Alright, an actual play Call of Cthulhu podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hey Paul, would you say that you are haunted by nightmares of the things that have happened on the Crow's Codex? I occasionally have some difficult dreams that come up. Most of those are associated with the most recent story.
Anything in particular with most recent story that's really haunted you?
The time where there were more mouths than we expected, or more eyes than we expected, or more eyes in mouths than we expected. It's hard to narrow it down.
Was it the fish with human teeth?
It's definitely up there.
If any of these things sound horrible to you, you can find them and more on the Crow's Codex, now part of the Imaginary Broadcast Network. It's as real as you want it to be.
How long ago was that? Like, say, started like the day before the first disappearance?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. Oh boy. Cliche time. Hey guys, you're gonna want to see this. Yeah. But then presumably gunshots, and I'll have to like catch them up on the way of whatever we do next.
Yes.
Is there a way out of this, like an easy way out of this facility? Like, clearly there must be something, right?
Yeah, there are a couple doors and a big hole in the ceiling, which leads to above ground.
Yeah, I guess there's the big hole in the ceiling. I just, because like we crawled down here through caves and stuff, but like that's not how she gets down here. Is there like an elevator or something?
No, it would seem that the lab is built directly adjacent to the house's basement, which shouldn't make any sense considering where you went in the cave and how far down you went. But space is warped and time is bendable when you're dealing with Eldritch Shadow Goo.
I could teleport people out of here, but the chances of it going wrong are hilariously high.
Yes. You could also just climb out, since like there are tables and chairs, and it's not that high of a ceiling.
Oh, I thought I was going to have to dramatically climb for a while, but I was going to do that and be awesome while doing it. But I guess if it's easy to climb out, I can also do that.
God, Rowan's also getting into rock climbing while in the modern age.
Hey, the rocks never go away.
Yeah, I don't need new rock climbing stuff. I've climbed rocks before.
Yeah, rocks have been around for a while.
I'm experienced in rocks.
Izzy takes you to a rock climbing class, and they're like, all right, so here's your safety harness. He's like, but why would I wear one of these? We don't get safety harnesses on the battlefield.
Yeah, it's a pretty short climb.
Do we need to make any rolls, or are we just getting the hell out?
I think you can get out pretty easily. Also, I want to cut back to what's currently going down in the library.
There is just a normal shootout happening in the library.
Oh, I like to imagine after all the...
Normal is relative.
Yeah.
As normal as it can be while being a shootout.
I do like that thus far it's been a little bit the shootout equivalent of like a wimp fight. Like, they're just like, ow! Well, ow!
We did both actually hit each other.
Yeah.
Sorry, Russell, what were you saying?
After hearing all those gunshots, I love the idea that we're out of ammo having not hit each other again.
That is exactly what has happened.
So the wimp fight was off screen.
We can just show the audience gets to imagine a brief snippet of you both screaming wildly and shooting at each other, and just every shot missing, while WoWs just looks on at the both of you extremely disappointed.
This is exactly how I imagine it.
Resident Evil gif of the two guys dodging each other's shots while shooting each other.
While running in a small circle. Yeah.
I should probably heal. That'd be a good idea.
I
will attempt to use my supernatural, unquenchable vitality. Because right now I am 3 points away from dead.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
That is an 11, which means I heal 2 and stabilize.
Very good. Back up to 5. And Donna sees this and it looks stunned for a moment, and she drops her gun and says...
I throw my gun at her.
She catches it and tosses it behind her. She says, I suppose I shouldn't be that surprised you did manage to follow me, but... I had no idea that you had the same... Can we stop trying to kill each other and talk for a moment, please?
Well, I'm out of bullets, so we sort of have to for the moment.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you can
Thank
throw
you.
books at her or something, but, you know.
Parlay.
Surprise second gun.
I mean, you probably brought more bullets.
They might be in the car, though.
They're in the car.
The bullets do no good in the car. Don't leave the bullets in the car.
God damn it.
She begins to approach and says, I have been experimenting with this substance for the past, I don't know how long it's been. My husband, he doesn't know anything about it. I've been keeping him in the dark, as it were. And it's so refreshing to finally have someone I can talk to this about who has the same, who understands.
Why would you experiment on it? It's dangerous.
Well, I mean, lots of things are dangerous, but science must, right? You know,
keep it
Marie
contained.
Curie
You keep it inside. You keep it hidden. You don't play with it.
I wasn't playing with it. I was doing.
And you gotta keep moving so it doesn't take root.
What do you mean take root? And she genuinely is like, no, what do you mean by that? Genuinely, what do you mean by that?
It grows and it'll keep growing. And we don't want it to grow.
Well, that's. I mean, I had it contained. I've been exposed to only a small amount of the substance, and it is not affecting me all that significantly. She says this while there is black ooze leaking out of her bullet wound.
Also, she can't be in sunlight for too long.
Mm-hmm. That fact seems to have evaded her. Also, she's killing people, yeah.
I need to talk to W.O.W.S.
Okay. Wait, who? Oh, who, Has she ever met the person WoW's was before?
I think it's narratively more interesting. Let's just go with yes.
Yeah, okay. And she's like, oh, Steven, it's so nice to see you. But why are you looking at me like that? WoW's just kind of growls at her intimidatingly. And she's like, okay, I'll let you guys talk, yeah. And steps back for a second.
So, between the two of us, we can take her, right?
WoW's glances over her and glances over at you. And shrugs.
You think we should wait for the rest of them?
WoW's appears deep in thought before giving you an indication that you instantly read as, we should keep her talking until the others arrive, which will happen in like 60 seconds. It's not a big town. And Dawn in the background is like, so is, Steven, what happened? Is that what taking root means? Is that what happened to him?
It's definitely part of it. There was, it was a date. It went, okay.
Uh-huh. Well, congratulations? I'm not really sure how to approach this, to be honest. I don't want to fight family. And I don't want to...
You already attacked Onyx. They're not here.
Well, I'm not trying to kill anyone, except for maybe that,
pile of corpses?
That girl seems like a bad influence. Okay, well, that was for the good of God and advancing the scientific community.
I really doubt that, and I know a guy who can speak authoritatively on the matter.
I am the Marie Curie of my age. I am doing something dangerous that I acknowledge may kill me, but I will pave the way for future generations to not have to worry about this, shall we say, to be able to tame this darkness and use it, and I'm doing the right thing.
This doesn't help. You don't make this safe. It festers and rots in everything it touches. The only responsible thing is to keep it inside, to keep it to yourself, and if you're lucky, you forget about it until someone else can deal with it. Because you can't deal with this on your own.
The rest of you have arrived at the library, by the way.
So, and by that I mean I am driving.
So I did want to say, interject something. Before everybody left the cave, Onyx would look at the rest of them and say, I need to look over this information. None of the rest of you know anything about the occult. Well, at least not as much as I do. I'm going to look over these papers while the rest of you go back up Gale.
Fine, whatever. Keep wallowing in your darkness. Leave the corpses alone.
So, like, Onyx is basically, at this point, kind of looking at all of the occult materials. And as everyone is leaving, I would like to roll to investigate a mystery.
Go ahead.
That is an 8.
All right.
So, I do believe I get to ask one question?
Yes, you do.
Okay. What can it do? What is the purpose behind these occult materials, more specific? Like, what is their aim?
It looks like she was trying to capture and contain this substance that you know from Gale and W.O.W.S. Many of them are, protective spells lined up next to more scientific devices, keeping them intact and safe. It's good magic. Like, she's not an amateur, clearly, but you can tell it wasn't working as well as it should have been.
And then I have one more thing that I would like to do after.
Now, let's do your thing first.
Okay. Remember back at the end of the museum episode where I said Onyx was kind of curious as to what happened in the guard room there?
Yeah, I do.
So, I would like to use magic to observe another place and time. E.g., the conversation that Miller had after they shooed me out of the room.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, shit.
I am going to spend another point of luck here.
Oh, God.
That was a 3 on the dice. That would have been so not successful. So,
oh man,
that works out to be a 14.
You do see the whole conversation, and as you watch it and get caught up with everything,
says,
"Hello, Miller.
Are you familiar with the situation?
I'm getting a pretty good idea. Heaven is empty.
At least if Lucy's word can be trusted.
Obviously not, but if anything, she undersold it. It's happening everywhere. So we'll smash cut back to, presumably, Roland smashing through the library's front doors with the car.
Yeah, also, is this one of our cars, or did I steal a car? Or commandeer it?
I think it's funnier if you commandeered a car.
Yeah, I think...
Absolutely.
Yeah, I ran up to somebody and said, I need your car! It's for God!
It's Onyx's dad's car.
Oh, you don't trust Roland to drive your cars.
Yeah, by coincidence, you ended up commandeering Onyx's dad's car.
Oh,
which
was
would
he
have been
there?
parked outside the library.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Are the keys just in the house and I grab them?
Keys are like right next to the back door. It's super like you can just reach in and grab them.
All right, I try to stop right at the front door. I'm in fire lane, but whatever. And I kick down the door. Has everyone run away from the library now? Also, are police on the way?
Yes and yes.
Okay, great. Perfect. I run inside and just yell, "Come peacefully or die!"
And she looks at you and says, I don't understand you. One of my PhDs is in history. I know the things that people have done in the name of God in the past. How is what I'm doing any less harsh, any less cruel?
Yes, there have been bad people throughout all of time, and it's my job to destroy them.
And this was when Roland realized he was a time cop.
Yes. Yeah, that's my destiny. Shit, you're right, Gale. Thank you. Gale, you are a very good influence on me. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. To kill evil. Like you. I'm gonna roll 2 dice to hurt her.
Okay.
And I'm going to kill her if I can. I rolled a 9.
All right. 3 harm, right?
Yeah, it's just, 3 harm, yeah.
She does not have any armor.
Yeah.
She does, however, have a bullet wound.
And now she has a sword wound, but The sword stops a little short of cleaving straight through her, and by a little, I mean the sword stopped only a couple inches into her skin. Obviously, she's hurt and screaming a lot, but as it is removed, she grabs at the wound and pulls out a mass of this shadow stuff, and it forms into a spike, which she then throws at you. With startling accuracy, it's probably magic-induced, and it hits you square in the shoulder. Now, that doesn't count as a monster attack.
Yes. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So I have 1 less armor against that.
Yeah, and that would do 4 damage normally, but down to 2, I think.
Yes, which is not great for Roly.
No, it hurt like hell.
Yeah.
And then she says, well, if this is just how it's going to go today, and she pulls out her phone and presses a button on it, and it lets out a very high-pitched tone, and you hear a distant rumbling start coming closer.
Oh, joyous.
Oh, great.
So, Roland was driving. What was everybody else doing in that moment?
I'm gonna calmly step out of the car. Like, I'm doing that as she's being stabbed. If my boss wanted you to do what you were doing, he would not have sent me.
And who are you? And it kind of clicks with her about halfway through the sentence. No. That's not possible. I am doing this at God's behest. This is not... You are a false idol, and...
Can I use Soothe to calm her down?
Temporarily, yes.
Yeah. And I say, unfortunately, I am one of the few idols remaining that are not false.
And she looks at you stunned, and then looks at the shadow oozing out of her and just says, it's too late for me to stop. We know that. It's far too late to stop. And while she seems largely calm, at this point the rods do burst from the library floor. Izzy, what's going on with you right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is there anyone still in danger in the library? Is there any evacuation that Izzy can assist with?
The library is largely abandoned. It looks like there were a couple people who are just frozen with fear, or couldn't get out before someone drove a car through the front doors.
I evacuated them with terror.
Remind me if Onyx's dad was at the library. Is he still here, or is he, like... Is he gone?
Onyx's dad was at the library?
Yeah, he's the librarian.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he is one of the people you see, and he's just standing there frozen in mixed terror and shock. Pretty understandable, considering who he's seeing try to kill who.
In that case, then yeah, I think Izzy is going to try to get the last few bystanders the fuck out the way, starting with Onyx's dad. I think she just rolls up like, hey, yeah, we need to go. We need to go right the fuck now.
And yeah, he's kind of like stuck in place for a second there. He's like, but Donna,
I listen. Hey. Like, I think I'm implicitly activating fellow believer. Maybe not even, or the spirit of fellow believer if it's not the letter. Of just like, hey, like kind of like smack, like light taps on the cheeks. Like, listen, no, there's a lot of shit going on right now. You don't like what you're seeing. You need to get out of here so you can be alive to ask about it later.
I've got a Discord group you can join afterwards.
Yeah, like, listen, if we lose touch, I've got this Discord group we can talk about later. Now, come on! Come on, let's go!
And that does manage to at least snap out of it enough to start heading for one of the emergency exits.
Yeah, and I think Izzy just kind of keeps doing that with all the remaining bystanders, trying to limit casualties.
Alright, so the Rod Swarm is back, though it's looking very much hurt. Like, there's a lot less of it than there was when you encountered it in the lab.
We're surrounded by flammable material.
Yeah. Oh, no.
That's true.
Gale starts a fire.
Okay,
all right, well...
We're close to the school, right? We can get a twofer here?
Not touching that one.
Trying to decide if I should try and stop this.
I was just going to say, Nathan, I have an idea. Let me know when I can jump in. I have something I want to try.
You know, if her phone does something, maybe that's something to do. But what I am going to do, if everyone is still thinking and whatever, I am going to kill this woman. I'm going to kill this woman with my sword.
I would like W.O.W.S to help so he can crack her open and suck out the goo.
Sure. Let me roll my dice, I guess. Ooh.
That's not a good sound.
That's a 6. That's a 6. You know, you can't always get
It's experience.
You know, it is experience.
You do indeed mark experience. And as you swing your blade to strike her down,
she becomes more powerful than I could possibly imagine.
Oh no.
No, you just accidentally hit W.O.W.S instead. Who was approaching from the same direction to try and help you.
Well.
And that, like, kind of snaps her out of...
Yeah, if she gets attacked, the soothe ends.
See, but I thought she was going to be soothed, and then I would just stab a sword through her back. And she would go, and then she would fall down.
You tried.
Yeah, you're right. I tried.
And I respect the effort. I really do. And she's like, wait a minute. No, I can't. I'm not stopping here. And then she goes on her phone again and flips something and says, ooh, even more desperate times, even more desperate measures, and presses a button on it. And you hear a distant roaring. It does sound familiar. You can't place it, though.
I think maybe I can, Nathan.
Oh, Izzy absolutely can.
Izzy starts getting flashbacks.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, I think there was that shot of, like, as she's running, you know, between the reference section, the kids section, and just suddenly pauses, hearing that roar, is like wide eyes, like, and that's all before the shot changes again.
Weirdly enough, Gale has started the fire in the self-help section.
And the fire has started to spread. It is a library, and it is largely made of wood. So...
And paper.
Mm-hmm. So it's spreading fast, and now the rods are in disarray.
Easy.
They're...
Chumps.
Yeah. And they are. Yeah, no, it's not like they want to be doing this. They're solidly freaking out and trying to get out of the library.
We need to take her phone.
I was going to try to smash it if I had gotten some successes, but I didn't, so...
Well, I think smashing it would remove her control, but taking it would give us control.
I mean...
Maybe.
Do you know how to use it?
Does Miller know how to use a phone? No. But Izzy does.
I need to steal that phone. Wait a minute. Izzy, I need you to steal that phone.
I would say that right now, Roland, you are probably still the closest to her. Although Gale and W.O.W.S are also pretty close, and Miller's a few steps further back than you guys.
I can probably teleport behind her.
Probably. Hey, Russell.
Hello.
Can you give me an act under pressure?
All right. And this is with Gale's stats or just a roll?
With Gale's stats. You're rolling for WoWs, but it's with Gale's stats. I finally figured out that that would be the best way to approach these kinds of things.
7.
I mean, I don't know if
fast.
it's the... Okay.
We take those.
Mm-hmm. All right. WoWs can grab her phone. But if he does, he will be exposing himself to great danger.
That wasn't really WoW's goal. WoW's goal was going to crack her open and suck out the dark goo.
Yeah, that was established.
Yeah, just go for the kill straight up.
Yeah, just like a can of Coke. Just
Okay, well, WoWs can
of Coke.
Will do that, but it still applies. WoWs will be in great danger.
Go for it.
Okay, yeah, WoWs does indeed approach her and grab one of her wounds and split it open like a can of Coke.
I imagine it's the sword wound pulled apart.
Yes, very much so.
This is a horror podcast.
And that does 5 harm. because WoWs immediately starts sucking the goo out of her. She's looking pretty hurt at the moment on account of the fact that obviously, but as she's screaming, she manages to grab WoWs' shoulder, and suddenly the ichor inside of WoWs suddenly becomes a massive bundle of spikes that burst out of WoWs before WoWs falls to the ground, alive but very hurt. I feel like that should be a bond abuse roll, don't you think?
Sure. I can do that. That is 11. I think that means we're good. So on a 10 plus, your action has no effect beyond the exchange of some angry words.
WoWs is very upset, but probably won't hold it against you if they survive this.
That's good.
That said, fires tend to create a lot of shadows, so she takes this chance to run into a brief spot of darkness that as it's flickering and vanish into it, though the shadow disappears immediately because, again, active fire. Also, you're in a building that's actively on fire.
Cackling away madly. I hadn't said that, but I'm sure people assumed.
Yeah. You can escape from there as you so wish.
Well, it looks like she got away for now. What do you guys want to do? Crackle, 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 crackle.
And we'll smash cut back to Onyx. You had just finished viewing the scene. It was everything you wanted it to be? Question mark?
Yep. Miller and the rest of us are going to have some words.
Definitely.
Okay, so I would like Onyx to find and teleport to Donna.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, having been around WoWs and Gale, I would have a read on what the spiritual or magical energy of that is. Plus, Donna is, for all intents and purposes, Onyx's mother, so they would have some familiarity with her. But yes, so Onyx would like to teleport directly to where she is.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do that with a magic roll, but there will be a consequence.
Okay, so it's a pass. I got a 7 in total.
All right.
I'll take 1 harm from the glitch.
Oh, yes, you will. Among other things. Anyway, don't worry about it. But you do manage to get a lock on her. It seems like she's on the edge of town. She's hiding in the shadows of a tree and leaning against it while staring out at a lake. Well, it's more of a pond, really. Kind of got a river flowing through it. Yeah, you get it.
A body of water.
A small body of water. Onyx pops in behind her, and I would like to try to use magic again for a different effect this time.
What's the effect you're going for?
Banish a spirit or curse from the person, object, or place it inhabits.
Uh-oh.
I would like to try and banish the living black ichor from inside of Donna.
Okay.
No whammies. Oh, fuck, that was a whammy. So, I'm going to gain an experience from this. This is going to trigger, could have been worse. So, I am not going to take harm. So, the effect is weakened, short duration, draws immediate unwelcome attention, and has a problematic side effect.
Okay, the effect is very much weakened. She only ends up taking a harm from it. She is surprised, and the magic definitely hurt her. She is now bleeding ichor faster, unnaturally fast, but now she has seen you, and so has something else, as a familiar sight comes plodding out of the water.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it tracks.
She holds up her arm, and the creature doesn't stop. Then she presses something on her phone, and the creature does stop, and she says, "Wait, can we talk? Onyx. Can we talk?"
We can talk, sure. But we were sent here to stop this. You have slaughtered innocent people from this town. I may have my issues with this town. I may be one of the most wanted in this town. But those people who died didn't deserve that. They didn't deserve to be part of your experiment.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I'm too far gone to stop. and she grabs a bit of ichor from it and forms it into a staff in her hand and says, "It would honor me, my child, to be killed by you in a wizard duel." I've always wanted to say something like that.
Very well. And at this point, Onyx pulls out their sword, and I'm pretty sure this is the first time that Donna has seen the glass flame on the blade.
She is suitably impressed, but also a little disturbed because that definitely came from an angel.
Oh yeah. As much as I promise your husband spare your life, if this is how you wish to go, very well. And without any further ado, Onyx is going to use some combat magic.
Alright, right before that happens though, smash cut to the rest of the group. If nothing else, you know the direction the roar came from.
Don't worry, I got this. Hop in.
Izzy gets in that car so fucking fast. And she has the grenade launcher. I fucking owe that thing. If I have my guess right, it's time for revenge.
Gale will stay behind and look at WOWs, because I also haven't used bounding time in a while.
Alright.
I suppose I should leave those two alone then and get in the car.
Let me know when she's taken care of, because we need to get that goo. If it's progressed to this point, then it's a serious concern.
Are you going to be alright in this burning building?
Yeah, we'll be fine. Not my first rodeo.
Shouldn't you go somewhere where law enforcement will not be searching for you?
Miller just shrugs and gets in the car.
I guess I
could drop you off somewhere.
It seems like it's going to stress you guys out if I stay in this burning building with the police approaching, so I'll go somewhere else.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so I presume you join the team in the car, Miller?
Yes.
Alright. Roland, you still drive like a maniac?
Hell yeah.
Can I get an act under pressure?
Yeah, I'm always acting under pressure, baby. That's my life. 7 + 2 is a 9.
Alright. So, Onyx and Donna stop for a brief moment before any spells are cast when they see and hear in the distance a group of people screaming and the sounds of tires shrieking before, about 50 feet away from you guys, the entire crew crashes into a tree and takes 2 harm.
Oh.
Owie.
Nice.
Does my armor apply?
Your armor does apply because it's way funnier if you just get out and like, what's everybody's problem?
I am unstable, by the way, because I took 2 harm last time.
Oh, God.
Anybody see Madam Web where she keeps hitting people with a car?
I don't think
fair.
anyone saw that.
Okay.
I know I haven't.
That's my inspiration.
And Donna just takes a brief moment and says, "Wow, that man is persistent, isn't he? How do you stand him?"
You're going to die now!
And that's addressed to you, Onyx.
Yeah.
He said, justly?
Yes, exactly.
Oh dear, Green Bean, could you take care of that? She says, addressed to the crocodile bear hybrid. She presses something on her phone one last time, and the hybrid charges at you, Roland.
Okay. I imitate something I saw on a very cool movie that I did not understand called The Matrix. And I sort of gesture for them to come at me. I did not understand it. I heard some people talking about a red pill online, so I felt I needed to watch it. But it doesn't seem to line up with what they... Well, it doesn't seem to line up with what they were talking about at all, so...
That's great.
Everyone's talking about being pilled, and I'm trying to understand what it means. It does not explain
So,
it.
doesn't Roland get XP for not understanding the modern world? And would that count?
It's only if it inconveniences me. I don't think that's actually inconveniencing me, unfortunately.
I mean, it definitely inconvenienced the team.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean by crashing? Okay, yeah, I'll take XP then.
I was just thinking because it's funny as hell, and it, like, works.
It is funny as hell, but also because of your misunderstanding of how to drive.
Yeah.
Izzy is low-key in critical condition.
Well, it'll be okay. Maybe not. I don't know. Does this thing attack me or should I roll?
It's okay, Izzy. He gets experience for it.
Yeah. I'm better now. Doesn't that help you?
So, we'll briefly smash cut. I guess I can't say smash cut anymore, because technically everybody's in the same scene.
Yeah, we're in the same
So let's
scene.
start with Onyx.
Okay, so what Onyx is going to do is they are going to essentially obviously their sword is their magical tool. They're going to lunge forward and stab the tip of the sword into Donna. Now, that's not the attack that I'm using, because I am using combat magic. What I am going to do is I am going to do a blast with both the fire and necromantic effects added in, centered on the tip of the sword, which is currently nestled inside of Donna.
I mean, if it goes wrong, I'm really gonna fuck you up, but yeah, go ahead.
Well...
Is that how you rolled? Well?
No. You know what? Because this is this is kind of a key moment, I am going to spend a luck.
Are you out of luck?
Not yet. I have 2 more. So this deals 4 harm, fire, and I heal any damage done. I heal up to 4 damage.
And you do. Yeah, at the same time, it's kind of like a anime-style dual clash. She manages to strike you with the tip of her staff and casts a spell that literally makes your blood curdle for 3 harm, armor piercing.
Ow.
But the necromantic magic managed to largely heal what happened. And as the energies that you hit her with gather, her body literally begins to boil and fall apart. And she says, "Isn't this from one of those animes you watched?" And drops dead. Her skin deflating almost as the black ooze begins to drain out of her.
Richard is going to be upset about this.
Oh, very much so. Also, Hybrid is still charging Roland, I should mention.
Bring it on, motherfucker!
And as you do that, the creature kind of stops, staggers, and roars. Meanwhile, Donna's phone explodes next to her rapidly deflating corpse. And the creature just kind of stumbles back, looks at all of you. Izzy, you swear to God it makes eye contact with you before it goes back into the water and disappears.
Izzy runs, bleeding, okay, where is it? Need to get that piece of shit.
So after that happens, Onyx is going to kneel down, grab Donna's wedding ring, and just quietly say, "Richard is going to want this." And then they stand up right afterwards, since the immediate threat is gone, and looks at Miller. "We need to have a conversation, all of us."
Thanks for listening. Low Places consists of Daniel as Roland the Exile, who you can find at LOTR_Dan on Twitter. Theo as Isabelle the Seeker, who you can find at TheodoreMonk.com. Damien as Onyx Blackblade the Spellslinger, who you can find on Twitch at twitch.tv/magicalhack. Isaiah as Mr. Miller the Divine, who you can find at mythatelier.itch.io. Russell as Gale the Pararomantic, whose character playlist is in the show notes. And Nathan is the Keeper, who you can also find on Forgotten Eras, a Kingdom Hearts podcast. The link will be in the show notes. Editing and sound design for this episode was done by me, Russell. Our album art is by Trin at TeaTimeWitch on Twitter, and our main theme is by Claire L.W., who you can find via the SoundCloud link found in the episode description. We're Daniel's Dread Tales on YouTube, where we run a stream the last Sunday of every month. Dan's Dread Tales on Twitter, and you can find a link to our Discord in the episode description. We'd love to have you. Music used in this episode was Saloon Piano Ragtime Retro Vintage Jazz Comedy Music by Francesco Biondi, and Villains theme by Enro Composer. Additionally, a big special thanks to the L Train for permission to use their song A Magic Duel. You'll find links to their stuff in the show notes as well. Thanks for listening, and until next time, may all your pets be rabies-free and delicious.
Probably later in the evening after we had dealt with everything, Onyx is sitting at the kitchen table in the family home waiting for Richard to get back, and there's like 2 cups of coffee just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, not too long afterwards, Richard arrives. He looks understandably shaken, though he doesn't know the full extent of what has happened today. The last thing he saw was Donna and Gale having a regular gunfight in a library. Oh, you're here already.
Richard.
What's been going on? What's happened? Where's your mom?
You may want to sit down.
He takes a deep breath and does so.
Well, I'm gonna come right out and say it. Donna is dead.
Oh, God. What happened?
Well, I'll show you. And I play for him the last few moments of the wizard duel between Donna and I. Everything that she said. Onyx looks at Richard for a moment, takes a sip of coffee. I think this is what she wanted. She was too far gone by the time we got here.
The disappearances were her, weren't they?
They were.
Donna. And he collapses into his hands and starts crying.
To this point, Onyx pulls out the wedding ring and sets it in front of him. I retrieved this for you. I know it's not necessarily what you wanted. However, it is the best that could have been done.
Yeah, you're probably right. Look, Onyx, before you go, I'm sorry.
I appreciate that. I know this is probably going to be hard for you to hear, but this will most likely be the last time that we speak. As much for your safety as anything that has happened in the past.
Okay. He whispers that, but it takes a year off his life to do so.
Onyx stands up and downs the last of their coffee, sets the cup on the kitchen counter. I'm going to be going down to her laboratory one last time to remove any dangerous materials that may be there and seal it so that nobody can enter that area again. There was an entrance to her lab in the base. I would suggest that you brick that up.
Okay. That's fine. I want to remember Donna as I knew her.
That is probably for the best. In any case, I have work to do.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Richard.